We go. I do believe we're live. So I'll say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to consider the basics of gratitude. That's what I felt called to talk about today. My coffee is basically done, but I was grateful. I was grateful to have had it. Yeah. Yeah. Today's stream topic is about the basics of gratitude. And during my yoga class, I just had this profound sense of just aliveness. You know, I was very acutely aware of the fact that I exist. Oh boy, is someone going to get a talking to about not saying thank you? No. This is more a matter of not saying thank you. I don't think you can, I guess, right? In the theological sense, say thank you for your existence. And if that serves you, all power to you. I'm more talking about the basics of gratitude, where looking down and I see my hands, I'm like, pretty neat. Grateful for that. I look down and I see I have feet, and I go, grateful for that too. I take in a big breath of air. I'm so grateful that I get to do that. Getting to use my tongue to taste. That's pretty swell. Like that as well. All right, getting to have these ears that can hear. Like that as well. All right. Why would I not? Getting to see with my eyes, even if they look a little bit sleepy right now. Still something I'm extremely grateful for. Good day, Kat. Miss Ebony. It's nice having you here. Today's stream topic is about the basics of gratitude. And it's interesting that Sam did think of it like a potential, like scolding. It's like, have you not been grateful enough? You should be grateful. You should say thank you. You should say thank you to me every day, first thing in the morning. No, no. Hey, Luke is here too. Hey, Luke. Hey, bro. It's nice having you here. Yeah. Joe is not here right now. She went to how would I say that? A work event? Pretty much. They are building new cottages, and these cottages are facing or looking over the new golf course they're building. And they basically told the graphic design / marketing team that they can come and have an experience in these cottages so that they are better equipped to be able to market it afterwards, right? Like it's like a knowing what you're selling, I think, kind of thing. So they took them out to dinner last night, fancy dinners. They took them to the cottages, and they're going out for breakfast this morning. So she's getting to have a nice full experience. She might come back. I'm detecting her coming back in like the next 20 minutes. Yes. And then maybe we'll get to see her a little bit. I'll ask her about all of the things that she has to be grateful for. I'm not saying thank you for an existence where I have to pay taxes and deal with my hangnails. Maybe you should. Maybe you should say thank you. Maybe if you said thank you more, you would have more to be saying thank you for. Have you considered that? Have you thought about that? Have you spent 5 seconds to think? If I'm more grateful, maybe I'm more grateful. All right? And I am being a little bit facetious. What a douchebag. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm being a little bit of a douchebag, okay? TBH. However, however, realistically, for really reallys, if you're more grateful for things, you are more grateful for things, right? Literally. Like I'm seeing it as slices of pie, right? Certain percentage stuff I have to do, right? Cut my nails, have to brush my teeth. I cut my hair last night. Cut my own hair. First time I ever done that since I was a child, and I with a pair of school scissors. My mom did not like that. Nope. She was very upset. She was not grateful that I had made more work for her. Right. So I never tried again. I never touched a pair of cutting equipments against myself until yesterday. All right. And I am grateful that I have a nice little shaver. I had one. I did have one, but it wasn't nice. It was one of those buy two get one free kind of things, and they were doing a buy two get one free sale on that specific one because no one was buying it. Right? It was not nice. I mean, it was not bad, but it had like one of those adjustable little like lengthening things, which is kind of cool. However, I think the mechanism to have it adjusting like that cannot not be big. Maybe it was a logistical issue. That thing was like 5 years old, maybe 6 years old. And when I got here, I couldn't put it in the walls. It doesn't charge here. And I was like, bummer. Oh, man, guess I have to buy myself another one. And then I went down that rabbit hole, and there were ones for like $150, and there were ones for $80, and then there were ones for $15. And I got myself one of those, and it can cut my hair as well. And it's like something as small as that. It's so insignificant, even, right? Very insignificant. But I felt just a sense of gratitude. Like, you know what? Nice. This is nice. I'm happy that I have this little tool in my life. And you know what? I think that's maybe something I've been really gratituding about as well. I have some rosemary oil in a carrier liquid of jojoba and macadamia, jojoba and macadamia, right? So it's nice oils, and then I have some pumpkin seed oil as well. And the amount of pumpkin seed oil that I have in that little container would take 5 to I think 6 entire pumpkins worth of seeds. It has to be virgin pressed in order to make this little container of thingy that I have. All right, and I like it. It's something so simple, something very simple. It's a little bottle of oil, and again, maybe it's something we have come to take for granted as a species, right? Like, yeah, bottles of oil. What do you want about melt? We've had that for 100 years, and yet that's one of the basics of gratitude for me, at least. Right? The fact that in this modern world we find ourselves in, we do actually have the luxuries of kings. Kings did not, in fact, for the most part, have the luxuries that you have. Yes, as Sam has made us aware, sometimes you have to pay taxes and have hangnails. But for the rest, the rest of it is pretty swell. Pretty swell. All right. Back in the day when you were king, I'm saying kind of like widely, right? In the collective us that we are, surely some version of you was king at some point. Right? Even that king version of you who was the one taking in the taxes did not have the things that you take for granted. The fact that you have air conditioning, oh my goodness, can you imagine? Pub mop, I'm gonna call it. That might make no sense. Thank you. Maybe if there's more sense to be made, your messages could stay. There could be worse hangnails. Yes, you see Luke coming in with the wisdom, with the real creme de la creme, though. The tasty, tasty. I'm not going to be influenced by the universe to feel things I don't. Hey, hey, no influence here. I'm just saying my bit. Right? I'm grateful. I'm super grateful. You know what? You know what? I'm actually more grateful than I was just 2 seconds ago. You know what? I'm more grateful still. I'm grateful for all of this grateful I'm grateful. I'm gonna grateful for. I just imagine this, the grateful spinning up faster and faster. And do I explode if I grateful all of the grateful, or do I transcend? Do I become something else, just like a pure ball of light, disembodied, that floats 4 feet off the ground? Is that what happens next? I could go for some taxes. I don't say I exactly agree or feel I am represented in the spending of tax money. I take big breaths and I release all of the tension that may come with the consideration of taxes. Yeah, look at that. Attitude of gratitude adjusts perspective. Yeah, it does. It really does. Right? It's just this extra level of, you know what? Maybe things don't suck ass. Maybe just a little bit of not sucking too much all the time right now. Hey, you melt people. I have grievances to share about that damn apartment rental. Sorry, but not much gratitude in these next comments. That's fine. I'm going to analyze. Real closer. I'm gonna find something to be grateful for in these comments. In 12 days, I'm 12 days into the lease now, and I could not set up utilities. The company can't find the unit with the address because it's a big building. That moment when you have to have individual utilities for every single apartment in an entire building instead of just bundling it all together and making that a part of the rent or something. Stupid ass. Like, what? I'm gonna breathe with you, Dan. I'm breathing. Here we go. That's better. Let's breathe about it. You too. You. Yes. You do. You. Me and you. We breathe now. Here we go. Yeah. Better. Let's continue reading. They need the meter numbers instead. I asked the leasing agent for it, and he gives me more excuses. I'm waiting on a reply from the super. I waited a day and no code, so I went to the place myself and called the super myself. Hey, Indian brother. Hey, Jason. The super answered immediately. I heard the issue and met me in the basement right away. I got the codes, and he also noticed the breaker was switched off. Another overlooked detail. Boom! Boom! I'm sorry. I was thinking that parrot's gonna lose its mind about me doing that. But that's you know what that means? You know what I'm seeing, Dan? I'm seeing gratitude for that super damn cool super meeting you almost, answering you almost immediately, hurting your issues and being there to help you, finding even more of the overlooked details. Bam. What a cool super that is. Now let's proceed to, like, I want to say something that's going to be funny, but at the same time I'm like, maybe also seem kind of insane, right? Where I'm like, we should uh yeah, there we go. I know how to do this. We should get a bunch of pillows, right? The softest pillows, and then we should pillow fight that person that keeps messing with your shiznit, cannot be bothered after you've paid them commission to just do their jobs. All right. And then we pillow fight them until they're on the ground. And we keep pillow fighting them. I'm of course joking. Like, I do not condone any violence. But in this imagination world that we have, right, this person got their ass kicked by a bunch of pillow wielding dudes. Right. And that's kind of funny. That lightening the mood for you, Dan? Are you grateful for me trying? How's the weather in India? Nice, I'm sure. It's probably hot there right now. Hey everyone, I'm alive again. Hey Dredge. This is Dredge that you said. Hey Christy, it's nice having you. We got Nancy here with us too. Please dance. We love it to start the morning. KSH, I probably should. You're not wrong. I should dance more in the mornings, but it is exhausting. He flips the breaker, and we head up to my unit. Still no power. Turns out the unit has a fuse box in the bedroom closet, and both fuses are missing. He had one on hand and replaced it. That's good. So my apartment has half power. No power in the kitchen, bedroom, or bathroom. I'm grateful for the super, but I'm frustrated, understandably. I'm sure that he'll probably try and get the other fuse in for you, but oh my goodness, Dan. Oh, like again, right? If I think that's the thing that I'm feeling for Dan right now. If this was some rundown, dingy, like the paint is peeling off the walls, the sink is spraying water out. All right, like I'm just imagining the most rundown imagination of an apartment, right? And Dan was like scratching pennies together to just like afford rent to like get this dingy apartment, right? Like his standards would be low, but the amount that he's paid to have a place, right? It's like he's paid the premium kind of money to have the not premium kind of experience, and that's the extra frustrating part, right? Where it's like, I specifically did not did not in so many words go for the cheaper options because I was hoping to not face these kinds of problems. Dear Dan, I hope that it gets better, my dear friend. Festivus. Festivus for the rest of us? Yeah. Manji? I paid these people 2,000 basically. I'm gonna round it up for you. $2,000 for me to have to both discover and solve every problem myself. Maybe you should ask for a refund. Like unironically, Dan. I don't know if that's gonna be a thing, right? But I'm sure you have some metric or some merit, right? To be like, actually, you owe me money now, right? Because again, I what did I pay you for? Like actually, maybe you can tell me what you thought I paid you for. Did I just pay you to exist in the general vicinity while I figure out everything else? It's like one of those things where I saw this. I think it was on the internet, but it was this little plaque outside of a mechanic's little workshop, and then it goes uh, $20 an hour for me to fix your car, and then $25 an hour if you want to tell me what you think is wrong, and then $35 an hour if you want to stand there with me while I fix your car for you. And I feel like it should be one of those things where it's like, are you gonna just stand there while I fix your problems for you? The damn man, it is. There's somebody to complain to about the leasing agent not doing her job. Maybe she does have like some sort of company. Your hair, diabolical. Why you curl it like that? Bro, you think I'm doing this on purpose? You think this is not on purpose? Watch, watch. I straighten it and then it goes. It doesn't listen to me. I can try. I'm like barely lucky enough to get it to stay in one place. Oh, it doesn't listen. It doesn't want to listen. It breaks the rules. Zoe, can you relax yourself? I spent so much time with him this morning. I even made him a walnut filled with treats. But he is used to his certain routine, and he's outside of it right now. I know, Zoe. I know you do, little homie, but you're not going to go back inside. I can feel it. He has this certain je ne sais quoi. I don't know, but he has a certain thing to him. Yeah. Maybe I'll get lucky and Joe will arrive in the midst of it. I'm gonna go get this bird. Am I gonna bring him here? And hello, Zoe. Are you gonna be good? You want out? Hmm? You want out? Are you gonna be good if I let you out? Are you gonna be good? Hmm? You wanna step up? Good girl. That's a good girl, Zoe. Oh well, he didn't bite me. That's good. Take that as wins. You're probably gonna try and steer me in that direction, but I'm gonna see how long I can keep you here. He's probably gonna get pissed off with me. I'm looking at chat. You're gonna get pissed off with me looking at chat? Huh? You mind if I look at chat for a second? People are saying you can name and shame them on Reddit, and I trust the spite engine to do its job. What's up, dude? You wanna go somewhere? You wanna go there? Yeah. Yeah. Happy. He's like, I want an almond. I want almonds. Oh, don't you know I want almonds? What's wrong with you? Oh, what's wrong with you? Why? Yeah, of course you do. Of course you want cookies. You cookie fiend. You want out? You want to go check outside? Hmm? What's happening here? You want out? You want outside? The sun is shining, but it's cold out there, little homie. It's cold out there right now. Dude. Yeah, it's cold. It's very cold. Ooh. Ooh, it's cold. But the sun is shining. You like that? Ooh. Look at that pretty sun. Doing a shine. Huh, Zoe? You like that? Is that nice? Ooh. You want out again? Yeah, I thought so. It's got go inside. We're gonna go inside. Yeah, going inside now again. And it's like, oh yeah, it feels like it's 3 degrees Celsius outside. Because it is. It is 3 degrees Celsius outside, Zoe. Ah, you want some of that? You want some of this? Is this what you want? Yeah? One of these? You want some of that? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Are you gonna be a good girl? You want some of this? We're gonna go bye-bye for this? You're gonna go bye-bye afterwards? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah, well done. Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go, Zoe. Good girl. Good girl, Zoe. Let's go eat those cookies. Yeah, cookie eating time. Good girl. That's a good girl, Zoe. Very good girl you are. Nice, huh? Is that good? Good girl. Let's see if he's gonna chillax. He's gonna chillax a little bit. Yeah. The internet, Sam. At this point, I'm not dealing with her anymore. I'm dealing with the boss who owns the realty company. I can give them a bad rating, but yeah, it's probably all you can do. You can name and shame. Same thing, Sam. I can tell people on the internet. Yeah. Does anyone know what those things are called that go on the bottom of the legs of your bed frame? Bumpers. Oh. I think Joe is here. She's here. Yeah. Hey, Joe. I just had Zoe outside.
I know, I was watching.
And I thought.
I was present.
Oh, hey, Joe. You still look nice.
Thanks. Hello. Hello, friends. Oh.
Yeah, get hearts in chat. Hearties. You probably won't get to stay for too long because you have to go.
Really? I've got to go back. I am actually. I think I have a meeting in like 30 minutes.
It is Thursday. Yeah.
The water at the cottages was cold. There was no warm water. I did get to eat at the Grand Colonnade this morning, so that was nice.
That's nice. But I remember, like, Joe came to say hi to me last night. Like, she basically had like one of her fig plants was outside and would have probably frozen, and she could have sent me a message, but she was like, "Oh, I have to take it back inside." And then I'm like showering when she comes inside the house, and I'm like, "There's someone inside the house right now." And then I feel maybe it's you, and then next thing I see, she's kind of like in the bathroom with me, and then she goes, "Yeah, I'll probably like go and have a nice shower, have a nice shower, back there." Did you actually shower, or did you just like mouth of the cold? Like,
I showered very quickly.
okay, yeah, because here in this side of the world, the cold water comes out. Oh, like,
It seemed like it was working a little bit.
okay, at least it wasn't like
It wasn't
straight
like the
freezing.
shower in.
Maybe they turned it on very low.
Well, we told them this morning. We were like, the shower water is cold. They're like, it's cold. They were like, it was scalding hot yesterday. So it seems like
They turned it down, yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely what happened. That's funny.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's funny to talk about it afterwards. Do you know what the thing's called that's at the bottom of the legs of the bed frame? Yeah, Nancy asked. That's the last thing that we talked about. I don't know either. Bumpers is the closest thing that I can think. Trying to get a refund would mean going through the hassle of suing these people. They will not give me my money back without a hard fight.
Man, I'm so sorry. That sucks.
Yeah, no, that's like I'm becoming more of a Batman just like reading this, vigilante fractals. Look who it is! Wow, you're just like out and in of your cage the whole time, aren't you, lucky bird? Huh? Aren't you a lucky bird? Just had 2 almonds. I gave him a little walnut this morning, even. Huh? A little birdie. Hello. Are you a good girl? Hello, Zoe. Hello.
He likes you.
Hello. Oh, happy.
Does he get you?
He likes me sometimes. Hello. Like, I think again, I'm like just I'm something he uses. He uses me to get almonds, and then when I want to put him back in his cage, when I want something from him, that's when he gets angry.
He likes your voice.
You like my voice, Zoe?
He gets all like chitter chattery and.
You like my voice?
What are you looking at?
What?
Wow.
You wanna? I've taken him outside twice, even.
I know. I watched on stream. I
But,
was driving.
This morning as well, and he stood there. I was like, "Bro, I'm freezing. Can you tell me that you want to go back inside already?" And then eventually he was like, "Okay, go out, one out."
Have you guys been partying while I've been gone?
He was pretty good last night
Have
as
you guys
well.
been throwing parties while I've been
Yeah,
gone?
he's been good. What a good girl. He did scream a little bit during the yoga.
Did you scream during the yoga? Oh.
But then I went inside and I was like, "Hey yo,
Ayo.
gedra yourself.
Ayo.
You behaved.
Moet niet dit doen.
Moet niet dit doen nie." Oh, ja.
Ek want
Want ek sê so.
Want ek sê so.
You're doing like that, man. Want ek sê so. Want ek sê so means because I said so.
You can say Mel's teaching her all of the important ones.
I'm teaching her Afrikaans.
Say so.
Yeah, teaching her what the important Afrikaans words is, like, because I said so. Then you could always see if you could get Zoe to get on the phone of the offending leasing agent. Yes, force them into listening for 7 hours where he just screams. You probably have to vamanos again. When is your meeting? At 10?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, it's soon.
Where is my laptop?
It's not there. Maybe you put it away?
I thought I brought it home.
Because we did move a bunch of stuff when your parents came over.
Want ek sê so.
Want ek sê so. Should I look for you?
Hmm?
Should I help look for you? Nothing in the.
Maybe it is at work. I thought I took it home.
Oh, you did? You did have it at work for your Kelsey thing, and that was one of the last things that you had done.
Maybe you're right.
Let's hope. I
Let's
mean,
hope it's at work. If it's not at work, then I'll be back.
Bye, ciao.
Love you.
See you again soon. Are you gonna be back for lunch, or is it gonna?
Briefly.
Yeah, I was about to
Sure.
say maybe they'll.
It's a hectic day.
Mm,
So maybe briefly, I'll at least stop briefly.
yeah. See you soon. Love you, ciao. The truth is that these companies get away with this shit because many of their tenants are immigrants who don't have the command of the English language to protect themselves from this. They're not used to dealing with someone like me who knows their rights and is on top of it. I can imagine. Stop melting. No. Hi there, Burby. Hi, pretty bird. All of your friends. So Melt isn't in South Africa? No. Like, I think we've said this. Maybe there's a part of you that doesn't really believe it. All right. I'm literally not in the south of Africa anymore. What side of the world are you? I'm in the United States of America, in a state called Indiana right now. Cake runs out in November. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Thanks. Maybe it's called bumpers. It just makes it easier to slide the bed on the floor and not scratch the floor. That's a great looking bird. He is pinning right now, so he has new feathers coming in, which makes him a little bit less handsome than he normally is, but he is a good looking bird. Very healthy. Very healthy and strong birdie. Fine. You see, this curl is like, actually, I want to go down there again. It's going to be there any second now. Time to dance. No, not today. The parrot or the lady. I meant the bird. Jovan always looks wonderful. True. Nice plants, man. Thank you. 22 minutes, 21 minutes. Were you timing how long it's going to take me to reply? You lucky son of a gun. Rock. It was all rock. I don't know if it wasn't not all luck. Puff Daddy. Legitimately. I think there was some luck involved. Maybe a little bit of luck. And now I have all of these basics to be grateful for. UK is better. Depends on who you ask. It's like a 35-year-old guy that hasn't let go of his high school golden years. I'll take that as a compliment. Thanks. I still look like I'm holding on to my golden years. Fuck yeah. Nice. I feel tired right now. I slept enough, technically. But I think it's because it's the morning. All right, it is still the morning, technically. My day is just getting started. There is stuff to do. Oh, yeah. Yesterday, we had Kelsey's wedding. It was awkward. For me. Because just before the wedding happened, like maybe a little bit before the wedding happened, Kelsey would be here at our place trying to get things done. And during this whole preparation process, Joe made it clear to me that I won't be able to go to the wedding because, it's very intimate. It's going to be a small thing. Only the main people are going to be there, and there's probably not going to be enough room for me even if I wanted to go. And then I drove with Joe because I wanted to see the place. It's Nashville, Indiana. So I wanted to see the place, and it was a really scenic drive on the way there. And then I get to the wedding, and I brought my microphones for them to use. But there was a fractal of almost I don't know if misunderstanding is the right word, but I was there. I set up the microphone so they can almost broadcast through these little duties the sound further to the back, so the guy doing the ceremony doesn't have to scream. And then I go back to the car, because I've been explicitly told that I can't come to the wedding. So I just do my bit. I help. Joe even told me to introduce myself as the mic guy. And I did. I was like, I'm just mic guy. I'm just mic person. And he goes, is your name Mike? I'm like, close. My name's Melt. And he was like, yeah, that is close. And then I went back and I sat in the car. And then I waited until the wedding is over. And then after the wedding is over, I helped carry some stuff. And then the bride and the groom go, why weren't you at our wedding? Did you just sit in the car? And I was like, yeah, yeah, I was told to. I thought this is what you wanted. And they were like, you should have joined. And I was like, no, I'm going to die inside for the next 2 hours. And I did. I died inside a little bit. But I still have all of my basics to be grateful for, despite that. Right. And I do try and bring myself back to it over and over again. What is your opinion if you had to choose a forever home, South Africa or the UK? I think I would pick South Africa, bro. Let's be honest. Nobody is choosing the UK as a forever home these days. Yeah. Not with your government and the overreach and so much. Same for South Africa though. Sam, why not? I have friends that live in the UK. They don't really like it there. They don't really like it too much. I think one of the big things is the fact that both of them are high salary earners, right? They earn really good salaries. Hey, Taylor is here again. Welcome, friend. And despite the fact that they earn really high salaries, they're living paycheck to paycheck, essentially, because the cost of living there is so high. They have 3 children. I think that probably does a lot as well. So they have school fees and the sports equipment and all of the insurance and the taxes and by the time they're at the end of their month, they have nothing left, right? They get to continue existing with her. I think both of them actually are molecular biologists. I might be saying it wrong, but it's in that field. They literally work in the field of like molecular medicine. They are extremely trained individuals, right? Highly intelligent people, barely getting by, right? Not saving money, just continuing to exist. And I don't know if it would be much better, salary earning wise in South Africa for them, but at the very least, their cost of living would be a little bit more reasonable. And I think their tax rate will be a little bit lower as well. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I think people right now, when they think about where it is they want to live, they don't only think about how it would be to live there in the immediate kind of like sense, but they also think about the ability to actually build themselves something. Can they build a life? Can they provide themselves all the basics of gratitude? Right? That is our stream topic for today. And the UK is making it a little bit harder to do that in some ways. Then there's the fact that the weather is miserable 10 months out of the year. That tends to keep people away. Yeah, if it was just like raining all the time, I don't know if I would appreciate much of that either. I kind of like the UK weather, winter vibes. Yeah, because I don't know, I'm guessing you're from South Africa as well, PDJ, so that probably has something to do with it. I also appreciate the cold, but I don't think that's what we would like, right? When it's like muggy and overcast, and there's just soft rain falling at all times. I think the novelty melts away quickly. I do too. We get a proper English spring here in the Midwest sometimes, and it's quite lovely. Cool, Taylor. Yes, I am. Zuid-Afrika. Zuid-Afrika is nog steeds een lekker plek. Don't you worry. And thank you for the hearts. Appreciate the love that you're sharing. Part of me wants to see if there's a click out there. All right, you wanna look at that? You think there's any clicks that are out there? If you keep looking, at some point, I think you're gonna hear a click. I enjoy the temperate weather. Where I live, below 40 gets dicey. You live in California, right? Or in that world? Maybe you can let us know again, Nashi. Yeah, Joe also mentioned to me that she really likes Californian weather. She went there to go and do her yoga teacher training. And she did fall in love with that space a little bit. I have family that lives in America. They live in Boston. 40. They live in Boston. And apparently, they also had plans to actually move to California after being there. But they ended up deciding against it because of work fractals. MeltMore. Yes. How can I help you, fine sir? Mr. Taylor, what is on your mind, dear friend? Our centering thought for today, if you would like your mind to be channeled into a certain direction, is all of the basics of gratitude. Thank you for the gift, dear friend. All of the basics of gratitude. Hey, Judy. Good morning to you. The basics of gratitude are, at least in me, the simplicity that comes with breathing, drinking some water, going for a walk, having the ability to hear the birds singing, having the ability to smell the flowers blooming. If I so wished, to taste the little spring onions, to feel the wind on my skin. Right? All of these things are basics to all of our existences. You don't have to pay to get these things. All right? They're just yours forever. Right? Like comes with the package of existence. And again, because it comes with the package of existence, I believe we end up taking it for granted. It's not something special anymore. It loses its significance. And today's stream topic for me is about remembering. Remembering that despite all of the challenges, despite all of the taxes and hangnails, as Sam has reminded us, there are still these basics that underlie each and every single one of our experience. And that is not something that can be taken away from us. It is something you can lose, right? You can lose your sight, you can lose your hearing. It's a little bit harder losing your sense of smell or your ability to taste or feel with your skin. Lose your ability to breathe air. But still, right, I'm thinking about the people that find themselves in the iron lung. I think there's a single dude in an iron lung right now. He cannot breathe air for himself. He needs to be breathed. And still, he continues his existence. He wants to continue his existence. Right? Like the basics of reality, I feel is so easily just like completely overlooked. And maybe sometimes it can feel pretentious or disingenuous to remind us of these basics of existence and remind us to be grateful. Because if you look at the world and you think about the experience that we're having right now, it always feels, maybe always is a relative term as well, I sometimes feel better that my existence needs to be justified, that I need to be valuable in order to deserve existing. Alan Watts has this beautiful talk on guilt, how our parents, sometimes even unknowingly, put a lot of guilt on us for simply existing. That, yeah, because of you, because I had you, I couldn't this and this, or because You need this thing. We can't do that thing. And there is this certain level of maybe like a value system that gets established inside ourselves from such a young age that by the time you find yourself as an adult, you're being steered by things that was not in your control, right? And then I feel the journey of becoming a person is almost undoing, in some ways, all of that stuff. Not just all of it, with no discernment, ideally, but with discernment, going through all of the things you believe, the values you hold, even, and asking yourself if they do align with where you want to go. All right? Are they establishing more baselines of gratitude? Are they shubu luba dubi shlub frubbing for you? You know? And if the answer is no, maybe, just maybe, more gratitude could be helpful. Hey Gabs, it's nice having you here. Hi from India. Hey Yusuf. Good morning. Well, it's probably good evening for you. All right. India, yeah, it's literally at nighttime, I think, in India. Bless you, friend. Welcome and thank you for joining us. It's 36 degrees Celsius in South Africa right now. Sounds about right. Your streams are super cool. Thanks, Taylor. I've been practicing. Been practicing a long time. If you go and click on this little button up top here, I think it's here, might be here. It has like little 3 dots, and you go and click on description, you'll see there's a number value. It says on day 1897, MeltMore talked about the basics of gratitude. I think that's what it says, right? Eventually, I'll be able to open a tab in my mind and look inside the internet and see for myself to make sure I'm not capping. But we've been doing this for a long time. Time to dance. KSH, you'll have to wait until next Wednesday. All right? Or your ask has to come with some weight. All right? You have to go like, would you dance for 20 bucks? And sends 20 bucks. And then I can be like, I could dance to like 2 songs, probably for 20 bucks. I could do like 10 minutes of dancing, probably. But otherwise, no. Bro, you look like Jason Statham. You know, Jeremy White, some part of me has like low hum insecurity about going bald one day. And Jason Statham has it going on, bro. So maybe that's not a bad thing. I, unironically, when I was young, thought that as well. Right? He was the first actor that I thought I kind of had some looking alike. I think we have similar face features. But yeah, it's interesting to have that thing come full circle. I haven't thought about that synchronicity since I was like a 13, 14-year-old. Have y'all picked a venue yet? We did have a conversation about it again yesterday, Gabadee when we were in Nashville, in the state forest, in the state park. That's the one. We were in the state park, and Joe was like, we can do our wedding here. But again, there is like these unknown unknowns about what the weather is going to decide to be like at that point. What the date is, the exact date that we're going to do it on, Gabs. Maybe you can let us know. I don't know if you've already put in your time off, all right, for the 4th of April, or for around that weekend. If that's a done deal, if that can be changed. But because it's the 4th of April, we only afterwards, like almost a week and a half ago, realized that's also going to be the weekend over which Easter is happening. So, 1, maybe you would want to spend time with your family during that weekend. But 2, the travel goes up exponentially for pretty much everyone. So the plane tickets reflect the demand, the added demand on the traveling infrastructure. So, in other words, if we're going to have all of you friends or some of you friends come over to celebrate with us during that specific weekend, the plane tickets are going to be twice as expensive, which is unreasonable as well, right? Like, to us, it's important that we celebrate together. Those people got married on a Wednesday. Interesting. It was pretty interesting, and they did. I think it was maybe a matter of like the openness of the space. Oh yeah, and I don't know if it was a deciding factor, but the groom, it was his birthday yesterday, so that was one thing as well. The fact that it was his birthday, like he had to get married for his birthday, kind of thing. I think that was also a part of it. And mm-mm, mm-mm, I don't know about Easter, but I need a date locked in sooner than later. Yesterday, dear Gobs, and thank you for pressing, because it is a month, less than a month from now, that official date. Yesterday, Dan and Sam had like a whole connection about being willing to plan this event. And Kate, some of your friends probably remember Kate. She's in the community, in the YouTube channel every now and then as well, or the chat comments. She also offered to like plan it for us. So I think what's going to happen next, and maybe I'll take the effort to do this today, is I'll start a Discord and a whole Discord channel or a whole Discord of its own. And I know we don't need more Discords. We can delete it after the event happens. And then we can plan within that. And then maybe I'll ask the people in the chat in my Discord, if you do want to show up, let me know, and then I'll invite you to the second one, and then you don't have to be inundated by notifications. If you don't want them, if you cannot do anything about them, and then the actual planning can like happen there with your friends' input, right? Because I feel like that's the hardest part for us right now, Gab, is we don't know how many people are going to be there. We're counting on you being there, and we think maybe Hoopy would like come out. You know, he did kind of like talk about being there in some level of seriousness. But we don't have a number. Maybe we don't have a number. Joe has started setting up with a not account, which I think you can use to send in RSVPs. But it is a matter of uncertainty. All right. Not only is there uncertainty, but there's uncertainty within the uncertainty. And it's a little bit paralyzing sometimes. Not an excuse, as much as it's a matter of fact, analyzing at least of where we're at right now. I think it's anxiety inducing. Oh my goodness, because again, it is about the other people. I feel like me and Joe are going to be fine no matter how much we put into getting married. Like the real married is the day-to-day, the time we spend together, the ways in which we make life together work. The actual getting married as a spectacle, that's not important to me as much. I feel the ceremony, that's the big thing. No. The ceremony is something I would like to live stream, Nancy, to be able to like share that with the community without you having to be able to fly all the way to be in that space immediately. So yeah, plenty of places hiring. Good. I'm going to get a job soon. Any second now, Zachary. I have to wait until I have a green card before I'm allowed to start working. And even I think after I get my green card, I still have to do like some other forms. But as soon as I've done those forms, I'm going to find one of those places hiring, and I'm going to start earning American dollars directly from the employer. Give me Matrix, plug me right in, put that stick in my brain. Oh, how do you pay rent then? Bills don't stop. I work online. I am a yoga teacher, a certified 200-hour yoga teacher. I did it through a studio that's affiliated with the Yoga Alliance, right? So there's an extra layer of accreditation to it. And then that studio employs me to teach yoga to students, right? So I earn some income with that. I create art. I make stuff like this, right? That one got a little bit broken because I had big overhangs, but it still looks cute. All right, I make stuff like this, and then I do these live streams as well. All right, so it's a business. It's not a very profitable one, but my margins are really good. So all I need to do is get good as well, right? And for me, my best way right now is just to continue being, right? I might not be able to be 100% better by tomorrow, but I can at least be by tomorrow. So if I continue to push little by little, eventually I'll get to where it is I'm going. But in the meantime, part of that push will probably be getting a more traditional kind of job as well. Now that I'm, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Agreed. Agreed. Now that I'm in a different world, I come from South Africa, right? This exact live stream that you're seeing right now is something that I've been keeping around the same time. And because I was keeping it around the same time, it was technically cutting into the time that I would have to be at work. And now, with it having been changed, I might end up having the opportunity, the freedom to do this live stream and still have a whole day ahead of me, right? Still be able to go and work a job out there somewhere, right? I don't plan on stopping. I think I might have to change my yoga class time or change the stream time to be a little bit earlier, which could be an inconvenience for some as well. But I do intend to keep my promise of showing up every day for you friends. So yeah, it's a process. Many different cogs in the brain starting to turn. I'm really glad for you about the wedding. I wish you two really good years coming forward. Thank you, Reino. Reino is a friend from South Africa as well. Bless you, bro. Is it wrong to assume the ceremony will be live streamed? No, no. Plenty of places, right? Maybe he minds his own business professionally. Gabs, it's one of those things, right? It is one of those things where the financial fractal is a very sensitive one for me because there's like a few different assumptions that can be made about me when someone comes into this space, right? And one of them is that I'm a trust fund kid. That was like a big one during the Arpan days, that my daddy must be so rich and that he had set aside so much money for me that I'm pretty much set for life. I get paid thousands of dollars just to exist because of trust fund, right? Unfortunately, maybe one day. Please, please, dad, start making trust fund for me, please. Please. But right now, no. Right? So I feel like on that level, I like take a certain level of pride onto myself in being able to say that I have at least been earning my own income, right? That I've tried to ask as little of my dad as possible. Then the second one is that I'm like lazy, that I'm not working a job during this time at which some people are working a job because I just simply don't want to. And on that level, maybe there's some truth to it, right? So in that battling with a potential truth, I might deflect. And it's interesting how it comes out every single time the question gets posed, right? Because it's an ongoing battle inside of me where I have been employed. And I'm a very good employee to the people that choose to employ me, right? One thing that I like really pride myself in is being punctual and being someone that can be relied upon, right? Like making a mistake or not meeting expectations is devastating to my spirit. So in that way, I like pour myself into my work to the point where I cease to exist almost, right? And to certain employers, that's great. They love that. During my time in China, I was basically given a brief, like they had like a serious talking to me about before I like it was within the first 2 days of me getting there. And they were like really trying to stress upon me that this is like a workplace and we work with children here. So showing up drunk or completely hungover to my classes is not really something that they appreciate. All right. And at that point in my life, I was already not drinking. Right. So it was all I could like set them at ease, being like, oh no, you don't have to worry about that. And then I would proceed to watch my coworkers, right, show up either wasted still or completely hungover, right, to teach the kids. And they would be vocal about it. They would be like, oh, bro, like turn the lights off, kind of like. And it just was this thing of I didn't miss a single class, right? And I took great pride in being someone the kids can rely on as well, right? If they showed up for a class, they can bet my ass that I'm gonna be in that class with them, right, to teach it. So I feel like I have this weird relationship with work where if I'm working, like in this as well, I've set the commitment to show up for you friends. And I do see this as my work, right? I feel like sometimes work can be associated with something that we don't want to do. This is the work that I want to do. This is the work that I would be doing like exclusively if it would pay the bills, right? But in doing this work, I realized it wouldn't. So I decided to do more work about it. And then we started making the art, right? Because I didn't feel comfortable at the start of this journey taking any income. The first year, I made a promise to you friends that I don't plan on doing this to earn a single dollar. And I didn't, right? I spent that whole year not earning a single dollar because I knew if I made that my attachment, I wouldn't be motivated to continue doing this. If I could earn $5 one day and I earn $0 the next day, suddenly I have lost, right, 500% or whatever, relatively. And that kind of reasoning discourages me. So I completely detached myself from that thinking to be here in this way for that first year of our existence. And then you friends, Gabadygoo was one of them, reached out and asked me, how can we financially contribute to this journey, to this work that you're doing as well? And because I couldn't just take money for the sake of money, sure, I'm doing this, but I want to do this. This is fun to me. I love being here with you friends. I decided to start making art, right? And that's how these things came to exist. That I am showing up as this self, I dress the way I dress, and then I take this and I transform it and I present it in a medium that can be, in so many words, consumed, right? You can look at a flower and find the satisfaction in seeing the prettiness of it, and then you can move on with your day, right? Even if it's 2 seconds of your day, right? What would those 2 seconds of looking at something pretty be worth to you? And I made the minimum entry $1.11 for a whole month, right? So within a whole month, if it's only 2 seconds, 1, 2, and you look away, that means it's what? About a minute, right? How much is a valuable minute worth for you? At the very least, I think I would charge $1. $1 doesn't seem unreasonable, right? I have eaten things worth more than $1 in probably less than a minute as well. So I think in that way, it's not unreasonable for me. And then during that process, right, like you friends did start to support my work, and it brought in a certain amount of income. But I didn't have my cost of living set just yet. I couldn't afford to have an apartment or like be able to eat food for the whole month. So Ryan, in a conversation with him, brought up this opportunity for me to be able to teach yoga for his studio, and him almost like brainstorming more ways for me to earn an income, right? And again, sure, it would be nice if people would just give me money kind of thing, right? But instead of it just being a give a man a fish kind of thing, me and him thought about I could provide this service of yoga, in an attempt to bring more income into my life as well. And that became a thing. But also, I think maybe in part because of how early my classes are and in exposure and how much people are willing to pay for a class kind of thing. There's layers of complexity in that as well. I realized that that might not be the final it, right? So I started that business with John 2 years ago, right? And trying to do work for festivals. And I still have those skills. And that might be it might end up being the skills that I actually now apply in finding a job to keep this supplementing up, right? And I think these are now almost like weights, right? If I suddenly get 100 students a day, which is, I don't need that many, I need like 10. I think I need like 10 students a day for my classes to be close to like earning me a living, all right? But let's say I get 100 students a day, then I might not have to work the job if these streams do better financially, if my art sells more frequently, right? I have now these flares, but I'm not willing to do the work, right? For me, it's a matter of being able to literally give me work, right? I've done work for festivals. They gave me work. It was done, right? To their satisfaction. Not only to their satisfaction, but to their amazement that I could get done what I got done on the budgets that I did it with. And that brings me a great deal of satisfaction. I really like doing the work, but I have moments of rest as well. I think because of this nature that I have created for myself, this daily do something every day, I have to find rest somewhere within my day. And sometimes I take more rest than others. Sometimes it's mostly rest. Sometimes it's not. And I am trying to learn the balance within that as well. I'm getting better, and you friends help. Thank you for listening to my TED talk about work and earning income. I see you was flirting. No flirting. Discord definition, lack of agreement or harmony as between persons, things, and ideas. Odd name for a social media platform. I was thinking the exact same thing, and I even had searched the definition, thinking, isn't Discord like not agreeing kind of thing? It's true. Nothing wrong with that. Gov says, gotta go back, but yeah, you got the event planning Discord channel going. We probably just use that. I need a date more than 2 weeks out and an approximate location of venue so I can plan lodging. I completely agreed, Gobs. I want it to be somewhere accessible, right? That's the big thing. Maybe a place where it's like a main airport hub, right? Maybe we can plan it around something like that. It is Thursday right now. Let me try and like set hard caps in my brain to like get something established by Sunday. I think that's what needs to happen. I think a place needs to be picked and it needs to be said that this is the place where it's at. And it needs to be like unnegotiable from that moment on forward. I think one of the things that makes it difficult as well is like all the options that we have. We have this space, we have Nashville as a space potentially. We have KC, you know, where we're going as a potential space. Kate offered her home to us as a potential space. That's in Ohio. It's, I think, like a person's name. It sounds like a person's name. It's closer to Indiana, right? She offered her whole home for us and her whole yard, right, to host the actual event within. So because it's so fragmented, all of these potential places, it's hard to make a decision. And depending on which place we decide, we might end up excluding or making it more difficult for some people as opposed to others. So yeah, thank you for bearing with us, bro. Love is true. You might not even be here anymore, but I appreciate you caring. Like that attitude. Chin up, man. Chinning up, oh. Like it's just, can I inherit that trust fund also? Hopefully, bro. Hopefully there's enough trust fund for all of us. Here's Kate. Actually, Kate, we were just talking about you. Thank you for joining us. Good morning to you. Rainer says, sometimes finding the balance between working hard and having a life is actually difficult. I personally struggled with being a good worker, and it took me a while to start having good work ethic. It is hard. I did not. I feel like one of the things that was very hard for me in my upbringing is school, right? School is not something that I could care about ever. I never, like, up until the last day of it, could really care about school. And I think as a result, it messed with my own idea of what my work ethic is like. Bye. Love the stream. Thank you, Taylor. Bless you, friend. We'll see you again. What up, old school ARPANer? Way. You remember me from the old ARPAN days? Thank you for joining us. I have been continuing to do these live streams, day after day. Arpan died. Dayton, thank you, Kate. Dayton. Yeah, Arpan died, but we didn't. Here we still are. That's old school Arpan friend. Mojo saying, Mel, there's that stream with the conclave guy gushing over your work. You could show that to a prospective festival employer. Thank you, Mojo. Maybe I should do that. I appreciate you giving me these like tips as well. Yeah, I have a portfolio. I have like more than enough to prove that I can be of value. It's just meeting the right people. I feel like that's the biggest thing, like the socializing aspect. I think maybe having a car could help me with that. But again, even if I had a car, I would have to pay insurance on it, and I would have to pay for fuel, and I just that just the a car acquisition, insurance, and fuel is already as much money as a full-time job in South Africa would pay, right? Even two full-time jobs, probably, just to get to that point, right? So that I can start maybe having more mobility. So I feel like, again, patient. I am a very patient person, methodical. I'll continue forward. Dayton. Why, Waniac? How are you? You remember Waniac? Another fun morning. What about you, Kate? This is super cool. I don't know if you invited Waniac to join us here. Doing well, thanks. Just working away on a home project. Set up a couple of new computers yesterday. So I'm having fun with that. Yeah, Kate ordered herself the Apple Neo. Is that what it's called? Apple came out with a laptop that is powered by a cell phone chip. Right? Only has like 8 gigs of RAM. But that's as much gigs of RAM as you need to access text documents, read your emails, watch a YouTube video, right? You don't need more computer than that. And it's what, a computer with a screen and a keyboard and of course a touchpad for $600 or something like that, isn't it, Kate? We live in the future. This is what this like. This is future. We're here. So much to be grateful for. You know what I mean, Jamal? Hi. Thank you for joining us too. It is an hour in to the stream, so it is time for us to start wrapping it up and say goodbye. You want to see the flower I made? Aww. There's a bunch of stuff happening in my notifications. I'll look at it later. Set up the new Mac Mini and got the Neo. I love it. I don't do any real power computing, so it's perfect for me. For that price as well, right? Like, there's not many things that you can get for $100 that you'll use like almost every day and will be able to use it every day for like 10 years. Maybe not 10. I mean, I'm sure. Subbed. Hope I see you again on here. Been years. Waniac, I do it every day. I really do hope to see you again. We still have this space continuing, right? We still show up with the same energy, with the same intention. We come together. The only difference is I live in America now. I live in America with you. Maybe. Are you an American? Are you an American? But yeah, you used to see me in South Africa. Now I'm here in the land with you. I do these streams every day. I make these works of art now. I share them at the end of my streams with you friends. And then I pull a card. I don't know if I was pulling cards during the ARPAN days. I think I was, right? I think I was still pulling cards. I remember looking at both chats to see which one is going to tell me to stop. Nice. Mary Lander here. Mary Lander, welcome aboard. Thank you, friend. What a pleasure. It makes me so happy to meet old ARPAN friends because it feels like almost a rediscovery, right? The fact that you friends recognize me makes me extra happy. Love is true. This flower, I love the way the center looks like it's glowing. It does have a little glowy center, huh? These pinks. I think this dark contrast in the middle helps it kind of like stand out. Complete dark little center. Little glowy middle. Oh, I see what you mean as well. If this white makes it also seem like it has a lot of light coming off of it. Ah. We need to have a chat. Called you the other day. Give me a shout when you can. I think within this week, Kate, the decision will be made that it's going to be somewhere. We can have a call tonight, Mel. Do not forget. Yes, I do have it in my calendar, but I also did forget, Sam. I did forget. My calendar would have let me know at least. Right, thank goodness. All right, one more time, I'm sure. And then I'll close it and say goodbye on this one. Yeah, goodbye, little flower. Short and sweet little writing. What did I say? Planning too carefully can have you stuck in the details. Let the universe help you take the steps necessary. Thank you, friends. Thank you for being the universe that helps me take the necessary steps. It's appreciated. Love is true, Sam. I always mess this up. That's 8 p.m. EDT. It's 8 p.m. our time is when I set it for. And I think it's 7 p.m. her time. So, should be. Showed you flower. Gave you a little mini reading. Where's my cards? All the way over there. I'll go get it quickly. No. Putting my tablet up on the pillows. Me watching the realities of it falling down there. Okay. Are you having scary weather there? Not right now. Yesterday was a little bit scary weathery. Thick rolling clouds and wind and stuff, but maybe some lightnings. Today it seems nice. Seems like it's like the sun is shining even out there. These balmy temps. Oh, yes. The cold. The cold is definitely here. It's 1 degree Celsius out there today again. Like, not very lekker. I'm gonna now pull a card for you, friends. Is it gonna be your turn? Your turn? Your time to tell me to stop, Kate? Am I pulling this card for you? This is normal. The tornado sirens just go off for no reason. Yeah, yesterday's was statewide tornado siren testing. That's why it was off, I think, yesterday instead of on the usual Friday. Probably still going to be tested this Friday as well, I think. I don't know. Joe told me to stop. Je kan van van. Right side up. Stop. Stop already. Stop it. You stop. It's just been a bunch of rain so far. A bit of hail maybe, but nothing scary yet. Good. Yeah, the changing of seasons. Ho'oponopono sunset. Ho'oponopono. Infinito Simbers at the top and at the bottom. Card number 16. Harmony and right action. Didn't we talk yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday that we talked about the Eightfold Path. Right action. Nice. Look at them, above and belows. This card joins two powerful traditions. From the Hindu Tantric tradition comes the geometry of the Sri Yantra. That thing in the middle. Those little sharpie lines. That's the Sri Yantra. Its 9 interlocking triangles form a powerful meditation symbol that is said to encapsulate the entire universe in a single geometric visualization. Neat. From the ancient Huna tradition of Hawaii, Ho'oponopono is viewed as a means to bring harmony and be in right action with the ancestors, or to make things right with the people with whom you have relationships. Its intent is to correct the wrongs that have occurred in one's life. This card acknowledges your intent to create a life of freedom from guilt, shame, and blame. It asks you to meditate on the people and events in your life and to search for an understanding of what you need to know to bring them into harmony and right action. Seek harmony within yourself first, then open to communicating with others in a manner that will bring greater understanding and harmony to all. You may enjoy offering this sunset prayer. I forgive myself and all beings for any misthought word or action that occurred in this day. I acknowledge that the universe is unlimited potential and all is transpiring in perfect divine order in my life at this time. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me on this day. It really is a pleasure getting to share this space, showing up with friends with like-minded hearts and needs. I appreciate you for being here with me. It means a lot. I'll say goodbye for today. And I'll see you, friends, again tomorrow. So much love. And I'll see you, friends, again soon, okay? Tomorrow. Goodbye. Ta-ta. Me distracting myself to see if anybody is going to still say goodbyes. Want anything to say? Message that was coming through? Not today. Goodbye, everybody. Till we do it again tomorrow. Love to ya.